All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to yoga. Let's jump into practice. We're going to get started just right away, finding way to a comfortable seat. Whatever feels good in your body. Cross at the ankles or sit up on the feet, knees. Go ahead and rest those hands either down onto the legs or gently down towards the floor. Sitting up nice and tall. Close the eyes. Take a couple big, deep breaths. And as you inhale next, reach your arms out in front of you, palms facing towards each other. And then go and start to rotate your palms so they face away. Take another big inhale. And as you exhale, almost like you're going to swim your arms behind you, reaching all the way back. Let your arms reach down towards the floor. Inhale, bringing them forward. Flip your palms. Take another big breath in. And then exhale, swim those arms as far as we can behind us. And release. Two more. Inhale, reaching forward. Flip your palms. Take another breath in. And swim the arms behind. Last time. Inhale, reaching forward. Flip the palms. Another breath in. Swimming the arms behind us. And then reaching back forward. And then we're going to reverse it. So swing the arms down. Reach behind. Swim back forward. And then just go ahead right away. Swim down. Behind. Bring them forward. Down. Back. Forward. One more. Down and back. And as they reach out in front, go ahead. Plant them down. All right, so finding that right leg out to the side, take a couple rounds, gently shifting forward and back. Keeping that right leg as wide as we need to. And start to find your way back into your tabletop. Nice and easy. We're going to tuck the toes, starting to send our hips up and back in the down dog. As you arrive, start with just a couple pedals through the feet, alternate those heels. Whether hamstrings want to stay perfectly straight or we keep a little bend into our knees. We're going to shift forward, working our way shoulders over wrists, whether knees are bent or straight. Go ahead, continue to bend your knees, glide your hips to heels, and stretch back towards our down dog. Shift forward, shoulders over wrists, knees can be a little bit bent, and then start to bend them even more, glide hips to heels, stretch back long. And then one more time, shift forward, lengthen out, shoulders over wrists, bend the knees, glide and stretch back. From where we are, we're going to gently start to send those right toes up. You can bend your knee at the top, just opening that right hip. Press down through both hands, stretch that right leg high, bring that knee up and through, low lunge. Bring that back foot in, heel comes down. Warrior one, stand tall. Draw that right hip back, left hip forward. Interlacing hands behind us, grabbing for elbows, or interlace, draw the shoulders down, lifting chin and chest to the ceiling, nose towards that front leg, finding a humble warrior, float the hands towards the ceiling if we'd like, or keep them resting at low back. Let those hands rest down, sliding down the legs, reach back up, warrior one. I'm going to open all the way up, warrior two, readjust the feet, reach out wide. Lifting that right arm, straighten that right knee, reversing our triangle. Rebend that right knee, extending side angle, reaching out and down. And come back up, reverse triangle. Stand tall, turn both feet to that side, and move into a wide forward fold. Hands can come down towards the floor. Wrap around the legs. And knees can stay somewhat bent and soft through the hamstrings. And we're gonna walk our hands and feet to the front, find our way to our low lunge. And go ahead and tap that left knee down, crescent coming all the way up. We're gonna take a big circle through the arms, lifting our chest towards the ceiling, reaching the arms behind us. Again, sweep up to the ceiling. Big circle, lift up and back. One more time, big circle, reach up. Behind, plant those palms, finding our high plank. Shoulders over wrists, stay or flow a chaturanga, knees, toes, cobra or up dog. We come back to our down dog together. We're going to stretch that left leg up at the top, knee can bend, open the hip. Press down evenly through both hands. Stretch the left leg up, bring that knee all the way through, low lunge. Step our back foot in so heel comes down. Front knee stays bent, rise up, warrior one. Hands behind us. Grab for elbows or fully interlace, draw the shoulders down. Lifting chest towards the ceiling. Nose towards that front knee, hands can stay or float up and away. Hands to low back if we need to. Slide down the legs. Reach back up, warrior one. Then open wide, warrior two. Readjust, maybe a little wider stance. Flip that left hand, stretch that left leg and arm, reverse triangle. Rebending our left knee, extending side angle, reach out, then down. One more, come up, reverse triangle, stretch that left side. Stand tall, turn both feet to the side, taking our wide forward fold. Again, hands can be on the legs or down to the floor. Start to walk the hands and the feet back to the front. We're going to tap that right knee down. Bringing the fingertips all the way up, finding our crescent moon. Take a big circle, lifting the chest to the ceiling. Reach the arms back behind, sweep down. Again, lift up. Big circle, up and back. One more time, reach up. Big circle, plant those palms to high plank and hold, shoulders over wrists, or flow chaturanga. We find our way back to our down dog, taking a breath. And this time, bring the feet together up to our hands, taking a forward fold at the top. Go ahead, separate those feet hip width distance or wider. Coming into our yogi squat, so heels in, toes start to open up. Bend those knees, sinking low. Know that if it feels better, the heels can stay lifted. Feet can be a little bit closer. Arms can press into the legs to open up those knees and hips. If it feels better to keep those hands down, feel free to do so. Otherwise, just keeping your left hand down, kind of lean over and open up that right arm. Finding a little side bend here. Check in with the opposite knee that we don't roll in, but we keep pressing it open. Come back up and switch. Right hand can come down, press open. Left arm high for a little side bend. Actively press that left knee open. Bring both hands back to the front if we need to. Go ahead, stretching out those legs. Bring the feet close or to touch. Finding our knees soft, chin to chest. We're going to bend the knees even more. Sink the hips low, coming up to our chair. Draw the weight back and down towards the heels. We're going to start to add a little bit of a balance. So we're going to stand tall, bringing our left toes, maybe our left foot off the floor. And tap those toes, heel back down, come back to chair, and then sweep the fingertips down and back. Chair, plane the arms. Then rise back up. This time, bring your right heel, maybe right toes float up. Step that foot down, sweep the fingertips behind, finding our chair plane. One more time, bring the left leg with us. Heel or toes can come up. Send it back down, chair plane. Last time, bringing our right heel, right toes can come up. Send it back down, chair plane. Now this time we're bringing our left leg with us. We're gonna pause, finding a balance for a moment. Send those toes back behind us to find a high crescent lunge, shoulders over. Release those hands behind us. Find that same chest expansion, grabbing elbows or fully interlace. This time, back heel is to the ceiling as we humble press and nose towards that front knee. Draw that right hip back, left hip forward. Release those hands to low back if we need to. Slide down, come back to high crescent lunge. We're going to open up warrior two. Stretching that right arm, right leg, reverse triangle. This time, keep the legs straight, finding our triangles. Reach out, then down. Left side brings us up, reverse triangle. Bend that front knee, cartwheel those hands all the way to the floor. We're gonna rock forward to a little standing splits, float that back leg up. Then we're gonna bend both knees, tap those left toes down behind us. You can almost tap your knee towards the floor. Come back towards a standing split, stretch up. Bend both knees, tap those left toes, maybe your knee taps down. Stretch back up. Take that 2 more times, both knees bend, you can kind of tap down. Stretch back up. Last time, knees bend, tap down. And stretch back up. Tap those knees or toes. And stretch back up. Taking a forward fold, bring that left foot in to meet our right. Bend both knees, finding our way to chair, hips low. This time we're going to bring our right heel, right toes up, find a little balance. Step it down, chair plane, sweep back. And switch, bringing our left heel, maybe left toes come up. Step it down, sweep back. One more time, right knee, right toes. Find a moment standing tall. Send those right toes all the way behind us. Crescent lunge, shoulders over hips. Hands behind, find your chest expansion. Back heel lifted. And bringing our nose towards that front knee, humble crescent. Squeezing the legs towards each other. Release the hands if we need to. Slide down the legs, come back to high crescent lunge. Open up, warrior two. Stretching that left side, reverse triangle. And come into triangle, out then down. Lift back up, reverse triangle. Bending our front knee, cartwheel those hands down to the floor. We're gonna rock forward towards standing splits, floating that right leg. Then both knees bend, tap the right toes behind us. Option even tap that right knee down. Come back up, standing split, stretch both legs. Knees bend, tap the toes, maybe the knee comes down. Standing splits. Again, tap the toes. sink low. Standing splits last time, knees bend, tap down. Taking our standing splits to forward fold. It's time to plant your palms, step back to your high plank hold or chaturanga flow. We're gonna meet back in our down dogs. Once we arrive, take a big breath. And sending our right toes up right away, bring that right foot through, low lunge. We're gonna bring that left knee down. Start to walk the hands and the hips back, coming into our half splits. Take just a couple breaths here, folding towards that right leg. And we're gonna shift into that front foot, sweep that right arm up and back. Option even take a moment of bending that left knee, finding your quad stretch, or just stay with that foot down, kind of reaching long behind us, keeping those hips forward. Release if we need to. We're gonna one more time, draw those hips back, coming into our hack splits. And this time we're gonna shift back forward and lift that back knee up. And we're gonna bend over into our left leg. So you can readjust, turn your feet in, heels in, toes out. We're gonna bend over into that left leg, stretching out that right. Doing a little side lunge. Option if you think of it as your half yogi squat in your left leg. Stretching the right leg out. Option to take that, opening through your chest one more time, finding that side bend. Go ahead and release, and we're gonna keep turning towards that left leg back away. Like we're coming into our standing splits rock forward just enough to bend the knees, tap those right toes behind us. And then we're gonna tap that right knee all the way down and take a seat. Sort of facing towards the back of our mat, crossing that left leg on top of our right, finding our eagle legs. Lifting up tall through the spine. Option to add your eagle arms, left elbow underneath your right. Or press the palms and elbows towards each other. We're just gonna start to float those fingertips up and away from our forehead. Hold but breathe. Option to keep your arms as you fold forward, or you can unwind and just reach them out in front, bringing chest towards the legs. Unwind the arms if you need to. As we sit ourselves back up, swing your left arm behind you. So you find a little bit of a twist, gazing over that left shoulder, nice and easy. And as we gently unwind that twist, turn over to our right shoulder. We're gonna unwind the legs, finding our way back up into our down dog. Stretch out both hands, both feet pressing towards the floor. You take a big breath here in down dog. Gently sending our left leg high. Bring that left foot all the way through to our low lunge. We're gonna tap that right knee down. Draw the hips back, coming into our half splits. And from our half splits, shifting back forward, draw the hips forward and just sweep that left arm up and back. You can stay here nice and long or bend that right knee, reaching back, finding a little quad stretch. If we need to unwind that quad stretch, we'll send those hips back one more time, finding that half split. And this time as we shift forward, we'll lift that back knee. Start to spin open, adjust the feet, turn that right knee open as if coming into our half yogi squat, stretching out our left leg as we sink low. Again, hands can stay, or you can find that side bend, opening the left arm towards the ceiling. We'll gently release. We're going to keep turning towards that right foot. We're going to come into our half split standing, floating that left leg high, just enough to tap that left toe, that left knee, so we sit all the way down, crossing that right leg on top. So finding those eagle crossed legs. Option to add your arms, bringing your left elbow underneath your right. Or again, you could just press palms, elbows together. We're going to float the fingertips up, draw the shoulders down. Hold here and breathe. And then option to keep your arms as you fold towards the legs, or you can unwind. Unwind the arms if we need to as we come back up. Sweep that right hand behind us and find a little bit of a twist, opening towards that right shoulder. And one more time as we counter twist over the left. We're going to unwind, work our way back up into our down dog, stretching out both hands, both feet towards the floor. And from this down dog, gently start to walk our hands and feet in towards the center. And just taking a forward fold here, hanging over the legs. You can start to soften both knees, finding our way down to a little crouch and curl, hips towards the heels. Roll the shoulders out of the ears. And we're just going to gently melt down to our tabletop. And then soften hips to heels here, or you can sit all the way up on top of your knees. We're going to come through a series of a back bend, so you can keep your hips low or all the way up. Wherever we are, we're going to reach both hands forward as we did at the very beginning. And then just start to rotate your right palm out. Swing your right hand behind you. Either touch it to the floor or to your low back, and then reach your left arm to the ceiling. Open up. If we're on top of the knees, continue to press the hips gently forward. Reach that left arm forward, and then sit up tall, unwind that right hand. Both hands out in front. Keep the right arm, flip your left palm open. Send that left arm up and back behind you, either to the floor or to your low back. Reach that right arm high. Gently keep the hips pressing forward if we're on top of the knees. Reach the right arm forward, sit tall, bring that left hand back. One more time, flip your right palm. Reach it up and behind us. Low back to the floor. Come back up. Bring the hands to the front. Flip your left palm. Reach it up and back to the floor, to our low back. Then gently come back up, hands together. This time we're going to take both together, so rotate your palms up and away. Reach the arms, circle behind us to the floor or to your low back together. Press the hips forward. As we pause here, if it feels better, you can always tuck both toes. And maybe even the hands reach towards your heels instead. Going a little bit further through the spine. So you can draw the shoulder blades together. As needed, bring the hands to our low back, sitting ourselves all the way up. Bring hips to heels if we need to. Just let the hands rest on the legs. Take a couple big breaths. Gently sit off to one side, bring the soles of the feet together. Knees and hips can open pretty wide. Sitting up nice and tall, take a big inhale. We're going to exhale, just gently carve towards the legs. Any amount of rounding in your spine, but keep the shoulders soft. Take about 5 more breaths. And wherever we are, as we sit ourselves up, we'll gently stretch the legs out in front. Same thing, just sitting up nice and tall with the legs long. Taking a forward fold, nice and easy. Any curve in the spine, keeping shoulders soft, chin to chest. Working towards 5 full, long, deep breaths here. And wherever we are, sitting ourselves back up nice and easy. Feel free to keep the legs long, or if it feels better, you can gently fold them back in. Just returning to a tall, long spine. We're going to take a nice and easy inhale, reach those arms out and up. And then exhale, just float those arms, hands back down. Take that 2 more times. Full deep breath, inhale. Exhale, open up. And one more time, inhale, tall. And exhale. And just breathe on your own. Yeah. Nice work, everybody. Awesome. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.